Hi, evening everyone. Looks like we're in for a long night. But yeah, while I'm busy here, I just took some time out from my work to answer a question that had come up somewhere during the week. Some of you want to know whether it's better to have a matter referred for mediation or whether litigation is still the best way to go. Now, I know there's a lot of information about this out there. The official printed information tells us that mediation is the more cost-effective and amicable way to go. And even our courts are putting more pressure on us to refer matters for mediation. For reasons that I can understand, because in our high courts, our trial dates are lying so far in the future that the person asking for a trial date today will get one waiting for him somewhere next year. Or, well, since we are already in the month of September, I won't be surprised if that trial date lies somewhere in 2027. But nonetheless, to answer your question, matters that are really suitable for mediation, and it would be ideal if all of these matters are referred for mediation, are divorces. You know, between you and me, one good thing about our high courts right now, and specifically our high court here in Mpumalanga, is the procedure for divorce has been simplified to such an extent that an unopposed divorce can be heard on papers only. So why do you even want to bother with an opposed divorce? And if you feel unable to reach a settlement in your divorce, a very good way to get to a settlement is to rather refer the matter for mediation and approach a qualified mediator than to go through all the motions in a high court to eventually get your trial date. Because in a case like this, I can tell you that mediation is going to cost you far less than having the matter dragged out before the High Court and you putting pressure on your attorney to get a trial date. And then when he does get a trial date, you're unhappy because the trial date is so far in the future and so forth. And you're going to be unhappy because it's so expensive, because there's so much to say and so much to do and so much to prove. But with mediation, well, to give you an idea, mediation can very easily be 20% of the costs of a fully opposed divorce. That's something to think about. Now, okay, well, let's be realistic. It's actually common sense, but in case you haven't thought about it this way, and also, well, maybe also for the benefit of those who've never dealt with attorneys before, if you sue somebody who owes you money, then that person who is sued for the outstanding money, well, in some cases, that person is honest enough to come forward and say, well, he or she does owe the money. They acknowledge it. They just don't have all the money right away. You enter into a settlement, get arrangements to pay it off, and that ought to be it. But we also have a great many defendants who traditionally rely on an attorney to prevent the action from being finalized, because they know if the action gets finalized, they will end up having to pay, and they simply just don't want to pay. Now, you cannot engage in mediation with a defendant like that. He's going to frustrate you. He's not even going to take part in mediation. And even though I am not against showing or demonstrating an actual effort at having the matter mediated with such a person. But with defendants like that, you have to be ready to litigate. That's just the world we live in. Now, as for cost, well, at least I'm glad to say that, yeah, mediation is more cost effective. It is. But unfortunately, it's not suited for all matters, and you're actually going to find yourself frustrated in those cases where the defendant actually does not want to see the end of the matter. Well, I hope this answers your question. Have a great weekend.